is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun. No.
Y'all, just stop. This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome our friend from London.
Yes.
You're American
I'm here
now.
to celebrate my girl and her big day. I'm very excited.
So let's just jump right in.
I'm just very thrilled about it.
Let's not wait any further. All right, so it looks like Britney Spears is saying I do today. The wedding is happening at the pop star's house, and rumor has it it's going to be inside of a massive circus tent. No, just a regular tent, I'm kidding, in her backyard. Britney and Sam have been dating for 5 years and got engaged last September. According to TMZ, the intimate ceremony will have about 100 guests.
None of a family.
Well, okay, I'm getting there.
One or two, no, there will.
Yeah, it will include. Listen, I didn't even know Britney Spears had an older brother named Brian. Where was that guy been?
We all know Brian Spears.
Do you really?
The Spears boys.
Did you know Brian? He sounds like he plays
Absolutely
football. Brian
He
Spears?
does.
He sounds like a linebacker.
He does.
Yeah. Okay, so the list will include her brother Brian Spears, but her sister Jamie Lynn and her parents, like you said, will not be invited, Steph.
No, can you? I mean, it's not exactly like the burn of the century, because we all saw that one coming, didn't we?
The what?
Like a burn, like, ooh.
Oh, a burn. I thought you said bud.
It's super sad, though. Like, I mean, we look at it like they're celebrities, so, you know, they have other things. I don't care how famous you get on, I don't care how many records you sell. You look over at your wedding and your parents aren't there. I mean, that's
I think she'll be thrilled that they're not there, because all they've done for years is they've exploited her, taken advantage of her, and put her in terrible situations. This is the happiest we've ever seen Britney, literally since she was 16 or something. Sam, I think you're a great guy. I'm very excited. And do you know what else I like about Sam? He bought the ring himself. A lot of celebrities get given rings, right?
Oh,
because they're famous or on TV or for a bit of a promotion. No, he saved his hard-earned money to propose to Britney in the right way, and I love it. I'm here for it.
I'm pro Sam. I'm with Steph on this one. I think she's had a really hard time after the miscarriage of going through that.
Absolutely.
She was very public about that. She's been posting some videos from before, but I'm a full Sam supporter. I think he's done well for her physical being, well-being, mental.
Absolutely.
He's just been on her side.
And they've also been in Vegas. There's been some very interesting Instagram posts from Vegas about a potential new residency. I think she's living life to the full, and she's happy, and she deserves it.
Do you want to push back, or do you want to just move on?
You know, let's move on, because honestly, I'm Team Britney. And I was going to say this just because I don't want it to be a love fest up here. I know it sounds weird, but I was very skeptical of Sam.
I still am.
I was initially.
He put his time in.
No, I was initially. I was like, who's this young kid? Let's be honest, he's a hunk. He is a hot,
good-looking man, yes.
And this is Britney Spears, one of the most famous people on our entire planet. She is an icon. But let's be honest, he got with her when she didn't have access to her funds. She didn't have access to anything. She couldn't even go out and
she couldn't drive. She
couldn't even drive a car. Yeah. She couldn't go on vacation. She couldn't do anything. And he stuck by her through thick and thin when her own blood wouldn't.
I don't know if that's a Prince Charming story.
No.
I had to date Britney Spears for a couple years.
No, but she was, I know you're saying that like joking, but like she was in a deep, deep hole, and I think Stephanie's right that he stuck by her.
He was with her when she literally
had
was getting pulled left, right, and centre. People saying she's crazy. She couldn't have a life, and she has fought for her life, and she deserves every single bit of it. So good for her, and good for Sam.
All right, I'm going to keep it on the positive. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, something not so positive, the Chrisleys. Well, they are homebound, so if you're a fan, they're coming home. The reality stars were put on house arrest after being found guilty of tax evasion and bank fraud. The couple is awaiting sentencing, but as of now, they can only leave their home for employment, medical or religious visits, and legal appointments.
So for any reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. They also have one of those ankle bracelets, the electronic monitoring bracelets. So meanwhile, Todd's estranged daughter, Lindsay, is speaking out about her dad and stepmom's verdict. She posted on Instagram, "The verdict is not what I had hoped or prayed for, and I am deeply saddened for myself, my son, and my family as a whole." She then asked fans to pray for her family.
Give me a break.
Todd and Lindsay haven't spoken years, with both saying they have no plans to patch things up, but pray for us.
Yeah, whatever.
You're gonna waste a prayer on something you don't even want?
What do you mean? You're a criminal. criminal. You're a con man with a con woman, and you've done it for decades. I'm not going to pray for you. And I take prayer seriously. I do that, and it's private. In no way, shape, or form should you be asking for prayers. You are a criminal. Chrisley, you don't know best. But you know how to break the law.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
Was it? Okay.
You don't know best.
Okay.
That was good. That was good. I don't know if that was off the cuff or planned.
It wasn't. It was off the cuff.
That was good.
There's a lot of passion in that. That should have been like the hallway of an 8th grade middle school, like just the way you went at it.
Do you want to try it again so you get like a clean Instagram
Okay,
clip?
ready.
So what do you, like, who does know best, Tori?
Well, it seems like Chrisley doesn't know best. He just knows how to break the law.
There we go.
I love that.
Here, that was pretty good. Let me put this on the table. So yesterday we kind of talked about it, didn't know more details are coming out. They have plans to film season 10.
That's what I'm here for.
They have not canceled it yet. So as a fan, would you want to see this trial, see this unravel on reality television?
This is TV gold.
Okay, or the other side. Johnny Depp got pulled from Fantastic Beasts on an allegation, allegedly. This is a criminal charge that they're getting convicted for. So you're going to leave them on the air?
Yeah, are you? Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Their ratings are going to be going through the roof. I mean, we have all, obviously, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. We've been tuning in, we've been reporting on it, we've been watching every day. Do you really think people aren't going to want to watch what happens to them, them being on house arrest, them having to go to court and potentially prison?
But that's not fair.
Why can't we take USA Network to court and say you are in conspiracy to help and abet.
So Tori, why should they go to court?
No, let her finish that word.
I was going to let her
I'm saying that is part of a conspiracy. If they knew, just like the Duggars with TLC, if they knew that is obstruction of justice, that is abetting a criminal,
they're not obstructing justice. They're not obstructing. They're just filming it.
I think we're missing the whole point here. Is that it's what everything in my life comes down to. Jeff, I tell you this all the time.
Is it money?
We're not friends, and this applies to this situation as well. They're not here to present a fair, representation of the Chrisleys or present a fair representation of the law and how things work and how things are adjudicated. They're here for eyeballs, period.
Yeah.
If you have 2 million eyeballs, you can sell Tide, you can sell the Olive Garden, whatever. So they don't care about who wins.
You don't need 2 million for Olive Garden, buddy.
Do you know in there your family?
It's a big deal to have some excitement during your reality show.
Absolutely.
And this what
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's dirty to me. And if you're going to cancel somebody on allegations, ruin their career and try to ruin their life, and now you're going to put them on a pedestal for committing bank fraud and breaking the law. I'm not with that. You're absolutely right. Sadly, Al, you're absolutely right.
We're talking also as well about, I mean, like Johnny Depp was part of like the whole Disney franchise. We're talking things that go out to little children. This is an adult like reality TV show. It's very different world.
But if we're not going to have some sort of guidelines at all, the lines are already gray and blurred as it is. If we're just going to be like, yeah, you could go on TV and you know what, you're banned for life. Just willy-nilly, this is crazy. It's already crazy.
You can't compare chalk and cheese, Jeff.
What's chalk? Oh, chalk?
How have I never used that phrase in 44 years of life?
Americans don't say this.
No, but they will now.
Like you draw on the pavement, the sidewalk.
I love chalk and cheese. Coming up on DBL.
The name of my band.
Our interview with celebrity interior designer Jeff Lewis. He's telling us all about his new home renovation show. Plus, Kim K is revealing the type of date that turns her on. It might surprise you.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That wasn't going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Yeah, I like that. DBL is all new every day.
Apples and oranges. Yeah, but why would one compare? I could see someone comparing apples and oranges. Why would you compare chalk and cheese?
Because they're so different.
But apples and oranges are somewhat similar.
Wait, they're not at all. But they're different. They're both fruit, but not at all. Pears and apples.
Meaning,
though. You're computing two different things.
But apples and oranges are fruit.
Okay.
Chalk and cheese aren't.
You're right. They're more different.
Okay.
They're more varied.
Okay. Got it.
Still the same idea.
Wow. That's interesting because I thought it was just like from devilish.
Apples
like
and
you're
oranges, I feel like is in a family. Chalk and cheese, they don't know each other.
That's
They've
what
never
I
met.
thought. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to push it.
I don't even think cheese or chalk.
Chalk could be the worst thing you could ever eat.
I agree with you. Did you ever see that MTV True Story? She was addicted. Did you see this? The MTV True Story where she was addicted to eating chalk.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Addicted to eating chalk.
There was one that she would eat fabric softener.
Mattress?
The fabric.
Mattress?
Yeah, and she was eating the foam from the mattress.
I would too.
Yeah.
Chalk I couldn't swallow.
Yeah, there was somebody that did cat litter as well.
The biting seems awful.
Remember that candy when you were younger, like it was like chalky? Like Smarties are kind of chalky.
Yeah, the Necco wafers.
Necco, that's what I'm thinking of.
My dad used to eat
those.
those.
Are like chalky.
Yeah.
Is that because our dads are old and from the
Yes, my dad used to eat those orange circus peanuts.
Me too.
They're so nasty.
Those are bad.
Those are awful. Those horrible orange circus peanuts.
What was the other ones?
Oh, Necco.
You know what?
My
Those
dad
were like chalk.
Those are so
like
old that
literally.
I say they're bad, but I don't even remember what they taste like. Maybe they're
like
good.
I did the Vail Comedy Festival this past weekend. It was sponsored by a candy company, and they had the Necco wafers.
Did they really?
They had the all chocolate
Did you think
ones.
about your dad?
No, I did. I didn't eat them. They look like
They look awful, and they're in like frosted paper. It's really bad.
I definitely remember what they taste like.
So, what gets Kim K in the mood? The answer might surprise you. I just wanted to make it weird.
It was super weird.
During the latest episode of The Kardashians, Kim revealed that Pete asked her to go get some ice cream at Thrifty or Rite Aid, and apparently that did it for her. Kim said, quote, "It was literally one of the best nights of my life," and she also said something else, quote, which we can't repeat.
That makes sense. I will say I've heard from LA, and I've never tried it, but Rite Aid ice cream. I don't know if anyone here has tried.
My kids
love
it.
People go bananas for it.
But that's what gets you in the mood. Get real.
But
No, I think her life is so extra, so over the top, so glamorous that when someone says,
what's normal?
Go get us a pint of milk, love, she's like, oh my God, you're asking me to do something.
Oh, okay. So you're going to celebrate your anniversary at Chuck E. Cheese? Get out of here.
I don't think it's. I think she's lived such a life of privilege that she's never had any. I'm sure people just throw like lavish gifts.
It's like caviar all the
It's
time.
like when somebody just draws a picture, like or a handwritten letter, and you're like, oh my gosh, you care about me.
Well, exactly. I think it's the simple things. I think she's had so much extravagance with Kanye, so much insanity, craziness, paparazzi, just nuts, that Pete is a little bit more normal. He's a little bit more of the normal guy, and I think that's what she needs, and I think she gets a kick out of it.
I think she also thinks he's funny. I think she didn't get a lot of humor with Kanye.
No, she just got told wear this, do that.
I just don't like the two worlds. You're in your world, okay? Don't come down to my world. I can't go up to your world.
What do you mean?
You can't just come down to my world.
Why are you segregating these two worlds?
Yeah, because she's in her own world, which we can't get to.
They don't have doors to the world?
No, but
yeah, they do. They're called red ropes, and I can't get past them.
Jeff, I'm on your side.
Jeff.
Don't come to Buffalo Wild Wings with the regular folks like us. And then try and act like you're slumming it with us. No,
I like you can't do that.
Stay over there in your rich world.
You stay over there.
Excuse you, that's actually really exclusive of you.
No, it's not, because she has access to both worlds. I don't.
You're telling her to get rid of that world. That's not fair.
That's right. You live in one world.
No, you're just jealous of Pete Davidson about this point.
Well, yeah, wow. Man, wouldn't you like to sleep with Brad Pitt? Coming up on DBL, you don't hear from Flipping Out. We talk with Jeff Lewis all about his new home renovation show that's coming up next.
The Families First Coronavirus Response Act was passed in March of 2020, and it barred states from disenrolling people from Medicaid, even if they otherwise would have become ineligible. In return, states received expanded federal funding for their Medicaid programs. As federal pandemic programs start to phase out, some are wondering what's going to happen to Medicaid. Verify reader Thomas texted us asking, is Medicaid coming to an end in July? So Thomas, let's verify. Our sources are the Department of Health and Human Services, the Commonwealth Fund, a nonprofit with a focus on healthcare policy, the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a nonpartisan research and policy institute, and the Urban Institute, a nonprofit research organization focused on advancing upward mobility and equity. We can verify, no, Medicaid coverage will not come to an end in July. But what should be ending on July 15th is the rule protecting expanded Medicaid coverage during the pandemic. But people who have Medicaid won't lose their coverage on that day. That's because HHS told states it would give them 3 months warning before ending it. And that deadline passed with no word from HHS. According to a September 2021 blog post from the Commonwealth Fund and a March 2022 blog post from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, once the public health emergency ends, states can begin to redetermine the eligibility of people enrolled in Medicaid. HHS has given states 14 months to complete that process. A September 2021 Urban Institute report estimated that states could disenroll as many as 15 million people during that period for a number of reasons, including an increase in income or administrative issues. So no, Medicaid is not ending in July, but states will be able to redetermine your eligibility once the public health emergency ends. With your Verify, I'm ARIANE DATIL.
I'm Jeff Lewis. The last 20 plus years, I've been designing houses, remodeling houses, building houses. I've pretty much always worked with celebrity clients.
Is there some way to do that in like stainless steel?
What about 24 karat gold? Are you drawn to any particular colors?
I have no taste.
Welcome back. We watched him flip out on his hit Bravo series for over 10 years, but now he's back with an all-new home renovation show called Hollywood HOUSELIFT with Jeff Lewis. Let's take a look.
Put your hands together for celebrity designer Jeff Lewis. Yeah. Hi, Jeff.
So, Jeff, I'm also Jeff as well, and we saw you literally, speaking of flipping out, flip out on your show, which I always flip. I think it's a Jeff thing. So how would you describe yourself now? You seem very calm.
I have my moments, but I'm definitely, I'm a more mature man now and a little bit more evolved, and a lot of things have happened in my life, my personal life. I had a baby. I kind of restructured my business because I realized it was so completely crazy and stressful, and it was affecting my health. And so I think you're going to find it's a very different, I think this show, they're calling it more of a sequel than a reboot.
Oh, good.
Become the second half of my life.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of sequels, I mean, if that's the case, because I've watched every single episode with my husband of Flipping Out. So I got to know, if you're doing this sequel, not reboot, have you, where do your relationships stand with you and Jenny? What about Zoila? Are we going to see them reappear in this new series?
Look, I mean, you said that you've watched every episode of Flipping Out. I've had a lot of friendships and relationships in my life, and some of these relationships I learn from, I repair, and then some are beyond repair. I mean, I will tell you that Zoila retired, and then she came out of retirement to help me a few days a week with Monroe. So Monroe is still very much in my life. You'll see a few people that are still work with me that you might recognize from Flipping Out. And then there's a lot of people that are no longer in my life. So you've got to understand too, as a part of restructuring my business and making it more efficient and more profitable, there were people that worked for me that had also other aspirations and other motivations. And I really need people around me that kind of are along this same, that still want the same goals and dreams that I want, which is, you want to be a designer? Do you want to be in construction? Do you want to be in real estate? Okay, this job is for you. But, after being on TV for 11 years, a lot of people came to me under the guise of wanting me to mentor that design business, but really they just wanted to be on TV. And I had to, and I found that out, unfortunately, many, many, many times, that people were there for the wrong reason.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. I can understand that.
Well, let's get to your new show, Hollywood HOUSELIFT. Now, what was the most lavish, expensive renovation that you undertook?
I think, and it kind of kept growing. So what happened was, some of the celebrities, we would agree, we would put together the scope of work, and a lot of them liked what we were doing, and then they would add to the project. So now I want to do this, or now I want to do this. I want to continue the landscaping in the backyard. So I think probably at this point, Anthony Anderson's job is the largest because I'm still working for him. So once we finished phase 1, we went to phase 2, phase 3, now we're talking about phase 4. It's a big property. It's a lot of landscape, hardscape. We're looking at putting in a pool, a guest house. So that is still going on even after the show.
Wow. I just know that I need to look at my home in phases. I didn't know. That's when you made it.
Or you hire Jeff Lewis.
Yeah, that's right.
If he's available. Okay.
Sometimes it's easier to break it up in phases, especially, you know, if you're writing these large checks, sometimes you want to see something done, right? So if you're spending all this money, before you get them to commit spending more and more money, you kind of want to finish completely phase one. See, look what we did. Look where your money's going. You're happy. You love what I did. Now let's talk about phase two.
Smart.
I love it.
You guys have to watch Jeff's new show.
It's upselling.
There you go.
Upselling. You got to watch Hollywood HouseLift with Jeff Lewis, which is streaming June 10th on Amazon freevee. Thanks so much for chatting with us, Jeff.
I like that look, too. I'm going to rock a vest.
I know. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah,
he
owns a casino.
He looks good.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
This is a tweet from former White House communications strategist and political commentator Mercedes Schlapp. Quote, reminder that the January 6th committee is being led by Representative Benny Thompson, who voted to overturn the 2004 election, Representative Jamie Raskin, who voted to overturn the 2016 election, and Representative Adam Schiff, who claimed for years that he had proof of Russian collusion. This particular tweet has been shared about 4,000 times. People were making similar claims following the events on January 6th. So, is it true? We checked House voting records, watched archived video of House proceedings, and chatted with Anita Mannion, University of Missouri St. Louis political scientist. Rewinding to January 6th, 2021, before members of Congress were fleeing to safety, they were voting to certify the electoral results of the 2020 election.
It is a legal requirement, but just a formality.
It happens after every presidential election. Members of Congress can voice their objections to a certain state's electoral results during the vote. In 2016, Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin did that.
I have an objection
to Florida's count, but then presiding Senate President Joe Biden pushed past it for procedural reasons.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
During the certification of the 2004 election, Ohio Representative Stephanie Tubbs Jones and California Senator Barbara Boxer teamed up to formally oppose the certification of Ohio's electoral votes.
This objection does not have at its root the hope or even the hint of overturning the victory of the president.
Representative Thompson did vote to support the objection to Ohio's vote. He was in the minority, though, and Ohio and the election was certified.
If you had enough votes, you could prevent the certification of the electors from a particular state. Now, they weren't close to coming to that.
So we can verify no, neither Representative Thompson nor Representative Raskin voted to overturn previous elections, just not to certify one particular state.
I would say in 2020, objecting to so many states, basically any state that was close that President Trump lost, was a different approach than has been used in the past.
As for Adam Schiff, the House Intelligence Committee chairman often called out then-President Trump for dealings he, his family, and his associates had with Russians. But whether or not it was criminal, he always said it was up to Robert Mueller to investigate. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
It's been 17 months since the January 6th Capitol riot. So why are the hearings being televised now? Let's connect the dots. Committee members have signaled that the most shocking information will be revealed over the hearings. In many ways, the proceedings will show just how much the public still cares about the attacks. Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney told CBS News, people must watch and they must understand how easily our democratic system can unravel if we don't defend it. Other congressmen have implied that the hearings could have the potential to change hearts and minds about the attack. Regardless of how folks feel about the hearings, they are highly anticipated. Tonight is the first of 6 public hearings. Several witnesses are set to testify publicly after they testified behind closed doors, including people who are close to former Vice President Mike Pence. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back. This is a really good week for some really good deals. Check out the stars right here.
Steph
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hi, Tori. Hello, DBL Nation. You guys know I've got some great deals that you've been waiting for all week. So let's go and see what we've got. First up, we've got Secret Collagen Age-Defying Wrinkle Instant Cream. Ooh. So this deal includes 1 cream. So normally this is $270, Tori.
Whoa, no thank you.
Guess what?
What?
It's $35.
Oh, I love getting retinol for cheap.
Now we've got Cuisinart Smart Power Compact Portable Blender System.
Oh wow.
So the deal includes 1 blender base and cup, 1 chopper cup and 4 to-go cups with lids.
Wow.
So normally this kit is $70.
Okay.
We've got 44% off, which means it's $39, which is brilliant. Look at this. It's the MagnaView hands-free LED magnifier lamp. So this deal includes 1 magnifier lamp, and we've got it available in black or white. And normally this is $40, but guess what, Tori? We've got the ultimate hobby accessory for only $15.
I can totally do that.
63%. And last product today, this is so good. We've got the Rukia 15-pound large 60 by 80-inch weighted blanket.
Oh, wow.
So this deal includes a convenient carrying tote and 1 blanket that you can get cozy in and feel all tucked up and snuggly. So this is normally $119, but guess what, Tori?
What?
Just for everyone watching here, we've got it for $39. It's saving you 67%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can just scan them on the QR code on the screen right now to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
The stars of Deal Blast. Tori and Steph right here. Great job. Great job. It is an honor. So before we go, check this out. A Halsey concert is going viral, but it's not for music. Look at that.
Know.
Many fans braved a terrible rainstorm to see Halsey perform, but after 3 hours of waiting, the concert was canceled because obviously it started flooding. Look at this video of water rushing down the steps and pooling at the bottom. Ugh, that looks like more than water. Halsey apologized on Twitter and shared her disappointment with how the venue handled the situation and announced the show would be rescheduled somewhere else because those porta potties got flooded, I would guess, too.
Yeah.
No one thought about that?
That's why I can't do outdoor music festivals anymore. That's the age cutoff. It's like when you stop asking about the acts and you just ask like, what's the bathroom situation? That's how you know you're too old to be there. That's why when I go to Coachella, I'm like, I ain't porta potty never. In the sun, in the desert?
Oh, no,
what? Is there an artist you would brave that for?
Dave Matthews. I know that's like the whitest answer ever, but yeah.
A lot of people like Dave Matthews.
I love Dave Matthews, and I've gone to his concerts, and I would do that. And in fact, we went to Red Rocks, and there was a flash flood at Vampire Weekend, and it was sort of fun in that way. But once it gets dangerous, you got to go. But it was sort of exciting. You know, the weather's kind of charged.
Wow. Yeah. Then you went to Yogurt Land after.
Who would you stay in a torrential downpour?
The only person I would weather that for would be like Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Very good point. Very good point.
Like it was Band-Aid from 1987.
Yeah, that's not fair because that's really
a great answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
We didn't know time machines were being involved.
No, I went a bit out there. What about you?
Bob Marley, if we're going back in time.
I'm choosing Biggie. I'll see y'all later.
Oh, all good. Tori's answer stunk. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Yogurt Land.
See you at the Gap.